Hey, what's up? Welcome to another session here with the elf. Um, yeah, thank you for being here. Let's uh, let's get into another reading. I wanted to do another impulse reading to stay in sort of like a divine reaction mode to see if there can be any value coming from that. Um, I do have a Lemurian message coming in that has to do with Genesis. That has to do with Black Moon Lilith or just Lilith in the first place regarding Adam and Eve in terms of like the initial sin or whatever. Um, the first, that's what I got, the first sin. And this is because we're dealing with heavy Israeli Jewish contents of some prophetic stuff. So I just want to get the Genesis clear. I want to bake it into a Lemurian truth so that we can get out of toxic separation dynamicism with the feminine and the masculine so that we can jump a timeline and so that we can spread out a message to the field and into the collective that says that we need to forgive the masculine for what happened. We need to forgive the feminine for what happened. And we need to start believing in the Lemurian. Well, we don't need to, but we can and start to entertain Dolores Cannon theory regarding Lemuria, where in the past Lemuria was this perfect society, just like Atlantis, um, coming from a cosmos. This was like a transmission, superconscious message that was coming from one of Dolores Cannon and her patients, or many of them, and they're talking about Lemuria, how Lemuria was this society where um, women were running the show, and there was so much love for all life, and life was a soup of biology where there was so much mixing and matching of genetic material that it turned out to be an extreme amount of um, it was an extreme gene pool. It was a cosmic gene pool, to say to say the least. And now we're seen as a royal bloodline. The humanity is seen as royalty. The human bloodline is the human genome, the perfection of the angelic human genome is seen as royalty. So we are royalty of the cosmos. And then we're hybrids, like we're hybrids, okay? So I just want to get to this. I'm just going to read out loud what I was writing down, and then we can get on with all these other messages and we can tap into some fire energy. I also wanted to use citrine for this reading. Okay. So the first sin, Adam, Lilith, God, creation, good. What I mean by that is that Adam and Lilith was depicted as God's initial creation, where they in the initial Genesis explanation there was this celestial dude that made woman and man simultaneously. And then after in the second Genesis, and eventually after this storyline of the celestial masculine, after he was accepted, after that was accepted, then there was this destructional inclination, or maybe intentional inclination to have men take over and completely dominate all life. Okay, and the storyline that we're getting out of is that whatever was created between Adam and Lilith was bad. The snake, which is basically Lilith being the snake, coming in as the crone, coming in and creating a plot line to make Eve less worth, to be subservient, to be a victim of Lilith and to be a victim of separation. Whereas it sounds more like a criticism of eternity instead of just accepting the egg for what it is, accepting that separation from oneness belongs to a conscious beingness, to union. So like Source exploring itself without being disgusted by its similarity, fighting with the rest of the cosmos to create. Uh, it's sort of like a storyline that I am trying to get out of, and I know that a lot of Anunnakian energies are also struggling with this because it has to do with feeling beautiful. It has to do with focusing on the beauty instead of focusing on what's so unique about creation. There's an extreme amount of beauty in ugliness, and because of this like accepting that it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what I look like. All that really matters is that how much I am willing to allow someone else to possibly live through what I've been through in the name of self-love. How can I reframe that? You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I urge you guys to tap into some Lemurian secrets because it doesn't necessarily feel like payback. It just feels like a process, okay? And we have to get back into this harmonic, eternal focus point because um, utopia is not supposed to be boring. I mean, maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I would love for life to be more interesting, more joyful, more beautiful, more inspiring, more genius. I would love to not be um, victimized or monitored or have my divine inspiration be shut down. I would like to get into a situation where I'm forgiven for everything that I've ever done without having to, of course, pay for the karmic stuff. But I'm also open to do the karmic stuff. It's just that, yeah, and I've been spilling some tears over this. Like, what could I have done to deserve um, so much pain in my life? What did I really do? What did I do to experience all of this, like all of these challenges? Okay, so that was a message. That was a Genesis. What about the Jeshua, Nazareth, the Israeli and stuff? Do we have to say anything about that? Are we good? Can we just crack on? Okay. Okay, so what do we need to focus on? Gestation protection. Okay. Okay, there were some other messages. Maybe we can go through that so that we can move on to a more general message in terms of the tarot. Um, yeah, because we're postponing something. What are we postponing? I don't know. I feel like I would have to go through some personal sharing in order to really get to to what it is that would help us get closer in terms of this John 19:19 information that has to do with uh, continuing to decentralize a people. Maybe it has to do with um, getting rid of old cramming structures. Mm, I don't know. There's so many things changing and shifting. Like retrograde, no more. Like Mercury just went, let's go. I got heavy Wheel of Fortune energy upright today, which has to do with, natural law, studying the cosmic laws. So there are 12 cosmic laws that I do recommend studying because it's like Virgo, Mastery, Taurus, Capricorn energy, like staying power, understanding the norm, understanding how things work, and really coming back into becoming a good human in terms of causality, in terms of, do we have them here? No, they're over there. Okay, they're over there. We can move on. I wanted to share something about sovereignty that some of you guys asked about. So, what I want to say about say regarding sovereignty is that it's sometimes for some of you guys it's difficult to talk about, which is okay. It's okay that it's difficult to talk about, but I'd appreciate it if I was allowed to talk about it because um yeah. Okay. So, is there anyone here that are disregarding sovereignty as something that's redundant and unnecessary for the benefit of higher timelines? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Just keep an open mind. Activate your soul. Activate your shine. 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 Unburden your burdens. Unburden yourself. Unburden yourself. Unburden yourself. Unburden yourself. Continue to free up space here. Try working with celestite, celestite, light blue, geo, Madagascar crystals, celestite. Okay. Okay, can we get into the sovereignty aspect now? Can we talk about the sovereignty aspect now? Okay, maybe we'll get back to that. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the sovereignty aspect at the end if we get to it. Um, maybe we can try and like bake it into the reading so that we can really, stop this feeling of not being protected in the name of sovereignty because there's a lot of, excuse me for saying fuck shit energy, which is basically just Rottweilers that are untamed or untamed dragon energy or untamed addiction energies or could be some negative entities that are in your field. And I'm not saying that you should magnetize it. I'm saying that you should get out of it by choosing better vices and stuff like that. So there's an opportunity for you to take responsibility for cleansing up and to make yourself more aligned with the cosmic royal frequencies and to end karmic cycles and get back into your dharmic path. Okay. Open hearts, open hearts. Okay, activating. Thank you for being here. I want you to know that I appreciate you being here. So good. Fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it, fight it. Holding sacred space, holding sacred space. Okay. Tap into your monkey, tap into your monkey. You have a monkey body as well. Um, it's kind of a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but this is like we're tapping into the Lemurian secrets, and now I'm doing this. So it's like some of you guys are not ready to hear it, but tap into the Lemurian secrets. We've been talking about Lemurian secrets in the past here. We have a lot of beings that are representing the whole physical body, and we're perfection. We are perfection. Your body is pure perfection. We're like a beautiful Frankenstein story, all of us, like all humans. So we are something to honor and respect. Love your body. Feel that deep understanding that there's something here that you don't understand about your body. Love your body. Respect your body. And ask for entrance to a higher understanding of what the body is composed of. What is the composition? What is the musical? What is the opera? What is the symphony that is your body? You can access this information by raising your consciousness, by choosing to ask for entry to the rainbow world, to ask for entry towards your rainbow self. Okay, now we can get into some of you guys asked me about bumblebees or bees in general. And I remember I was dating a girl a couple months ago. She was kind of intense, but when I was working with her wings, she had translucent, more like those kind of like butterfly wings, but I did get a sense of like her being a bee because her name in Latin translated as bee, as honey, and she's very private and she stated quite clearly that she doesn't want me talking about her business, which is fine. Um, it's just that she went behind my back and talked about my business to other people, and that was like a lot of funny business that she was talking about. So, um, yeah, and now she's back in my field quite heavily, and I'm dealing with a lot of souls that have some infidelity issues, which has to do with, um, again, not pointing any fingers. I'm just saying that it's a different kind of structure of fruitfulness, in lack of a better way to label that. But um, not judging, I'm just saying that people have a different way of relating to their sex, to their reproductive organs, to their reproductive qualities. And yeah, why am I touching the crystal like that? That went like this. So this is a citrine from Congo, and I mean, there are many reasons why men would choose infidelity or to cheat on their women, and there are probably many reasons why women cheat on men as well. It's just that the only explanation that I've heard is that certain monkeys have bigger balls and they have a greater need to spread themselves. Like more of me, here you go. And then women have probably different reasons to cheat. Maybe it's because of evolutionary variety argument's sakes that divinity decided to have women cheat to create variety as a safeguard measure to prevent masculine dictatorial patriarchal structures of relating to relationships on a mass scale. Okay, can we just move on from there? Okay, can we just move on from there? Okay. So when it comes to working with bees, I would do recommend working with the etheric oil, Melissa. Um, it's one of the most expensive oils, etheric oils that you can get. It's very luxurious. I also do recommend getting into bling yourself up with, I don't know, gold, diamonds, jewelry. Get some like earpieces. This is the one that I've been using for most of my readings. I bought it on, I think it's called Etsy. If anybody wants a link for this piece, it's very affordable. It's reminding me of working with Hathor, Sphinx energies, the Swan Collective, with the Angelics, with Hermes, with you know, um, communicating with the dead, communicating with the underworld, but also with the gods and with the ones alive, and demigods or demi extraterrestrials or super terrestrials or just extra humans, or you know what I'm trying to get at. This is the higher echelon of the Neptunian non-fantasy anchorage of relatable content, which is now being deducted because divine masculinity has been granted more and more cerebral access, it seems. So I'm gonna continue this reading. Do we use different cards for this reading? Okay. So just give me a minute. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a different spread here and see what we got. And yeah, trying to cast a wide net, trying to sit beside my ego. Try to sit beside your ego. Cast a wide net. Try to sit beside your ego. And cast a wide net. Okay. Sacamos. You guys might be from the 90s, born in the 90s. I heard just 90s kids. We got some 90s kids that are in opposition to what? Don't get nervous. Please don't get nervous. Why are you nervous? What's up with your identity that making you nervous? Don't be nervous. Your identity is wonderful. You're like, come on, share your lights. Don't be a victim. You can feel safe here. Is that true? Can they feel safe here? Why not? Because they're not protected, and but it's your you might be struggling with a decision. You might be an Aquarian, struggling to make a decision because lack of diplomacy could be, or you might feel stuck, but you're gaining clarity. Working through your asteroid Lilith, and okay, it's a big confirmation. And then is someone trying to maybe someone is trying to come into your life and mimic you, or mimic a, as if they're a family member of yours. So it's like having someone come in and try and squeeze you out like a cuckoo, like the bird who flew over the cuckoo nest. This, yeah. anyways, I want you to work on taking responsibility for your own protection in this sense, in this area, because, okay, I would love to be a facilitator for protective measures. I would love to be a facilitator for your protection. Okay, so we're gonna help heal your heart a little bit, and then your higher self is going to hone in on this message to increase that protection, increase protective measures, not to magnetize more examples, to make you more fearful, or to make things more difficult for you, but to realize that in order for you to get out of unnecessary lessons, you need to get into the wheel of fortune in upright by learning from your mistakes. Truly make note of shit that went down and don't run from your ego. Learn to sit beside your ego and really love your soul. You have a light being in here. You have a light, extremely, extremely protected soul. When you watch scary movies, when you get goosebumps, that's actually not you even getting scared. That's your soul activated to shove away, shove out any possible entity attacks. So you're basically just getting goosebumps because you're emitting all this light that's protecting you. So the shivers that you get from horror movies are your soul protecting you. It's love. It's not you being scared, it's you being loved and protected. And every time we get scared, every time we get those goosebumps, we mistake that for like, oh no, I'm scared. Whereas in fact, it's more like, oh my God, I'm being protected. So it's a different frame of mind. We're gonna help some of you guys get rid of fear of darkness. Fear of darkness. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Malachite and Azurite malachite, or just malachite in general, is extremely good for reverse engineering um, and extracting pain from problem areas in our body. So if you have ailments, if you have sore necks or sore knees, or if you have some issues with some knuckles, or if you have some abdominal pain or headaches, use malachite. Ask the malachite in the elemental realm to actually just mirror and reverse extract your pain with, again, this like asking for permission to receive, and then see what happens. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So we got Taurus opposition Libra in relation to part of fortune, and then also some sexual repression or feeling not sexually free, in some way, shape, or form. And then someone is trying to shush me. Well, can we just crack on? Okay, thanks. So what's this planetary retrograde in reverse? Maybe you're failing to realize that Mercury has now been stationed. So it's like pre or post. Yeah, it's post retrograde shadow. Mercury post retrograde shadow. It's not. Maybe it's not post. Maybe it's the after. I'm guessing that post is before, but I have to check my math on that. Like I'm sensing. I'm also sensing a little bit of low self-worth here. So I would love to get that self-worth bumped like at least 10 notches up. Okay, can we do that? Thank you. Just know that you have everything that you need. You might be lacking some shit, like who doesn't? You might feel that in terms of like your labor, which is like you're getting your labor into place. But I feel like you're feeling like you're not making any money off of it, and then you realize what kind of impact you have in whatever it is that you do. So just cherish the impact that you have. And I do see maybe you're gonna collaborate with someone that was maybe born in 1993. Okay, could be. Who knows? Let the fate decide. Or even better, let Sekhmet decide. Or the Sphinx, or the Wheel of Fortune. And you learning from lessons and loving music and working with the 12th dimensional grid and expanding to the 13th dimensional grid and accepting a new world order and to learn to sit beside your ego and to really just activate your heart and share and receive with equal amounts of grace so that you can balance your receiving and giving equation in terms of how you approach the world. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay, good. Then I want to use another deck for this. I'm just having a little bit of an inner discussion, and we're gonna go to this. So, what's the message for this collective? What's the message that we need to hear for this group? What is the message that's coming in to the highest, from the highest, so that we can get into this scorpionic portal of strength where we are honest, strong, where we are leading from the front, leading by shining, leading with example, as an example for other people. Yeah. It's very strong. It's coming in very strong. Some of you guys are very strong. I'm trying to to keep it, open, but then it's just like I feel like some of you guys are just like so strong, and I do appreciate it. I mean, I love it. Um, I just wanted to let you know that you're very strong. Just I hope you feel like you're being treated fairly in this situation. Okay. Someone is very, yeah, it's like this. Hold on. It's so intense. Like, I feel like I'm almost like it's coming back to the sovereignty. Okay, so someone wants to know about the sovereignty, and it feels like your soul and your team is putting up an example here where I'm being placed in a situation where I feel like I don't have any choice but to obey whoever wants this message, and then from there, you're going to you and your team are going to pick up on the exemplified proof of someone showing you the the abundance of alternatives that are being considered as a choice equation. Like, how much of a choice do you think you have in this layer of reality? And then there's this mapping out. Like, we're not in the elevator, we're not focusing on going up. Now we're on the floor. We're out on the floor, we're exploring the options. What are the choices in this layered dimension? How much choice do you feel like you have? How much space do you feel like you can utilize in order to express yourself? How much space are you able to take? How much authority are you willing to grant yourself in this moment? And how much volume can you put into this context? How much space have you anchored in on? Okay, so here's hold on. No, why not? What do you mean you're not ready for that? Okay. I was just wanting to share an exercise, but then someone is like saying, let's do that, and towards the end, if it's really that important, we get back to the reading. Okay. Um, I can show you real quick. It's about like this, holding your hands between that, experimenting with the magnetism. You're going to feel magnetism between your hands. Sometimes it can be beneficial to go into like this freeze, total limb freeze, not a single movement, like breathe as quietly as you can, and then all of a sudden you can hunker down on this like magnetism between your palms. So it's like you feel the magnetism, and then you can maybe relax your shoulders, move your joints a little bit. You lose the magnetism. You get this sense like, oh, it's there, it's there, it's there. Oh, wow, that's possible. And then back one more time, putting in a little bit of effort. Never rest your elbows when you're doing this. Never rest your elbows. They're always up in the air, out or up. And you're just, but you can move, like you can move your body while you're doing it. If you want to increase the level of difficulty, if you want to increase the level of challenge, you can move and you can use your fingers in any way, shape, or form that you want. You can even feel out or here, but just using your palm and your fingers as a sensor or as a barometer or as a magnetic pole shift sensorium of cognitive comprehension, and just getting into this like stasis or static and feeling this increased magnetism, and then work on increasing that feeling of magnetism between your palms. And then when you're increasing that, you can close your eyes and you can feel and you can work on spherical trans-objective awareness. Spherical trans-objective awareness. Spherical trans-objective awareness, which means that your consciousness goes beyond the floors or the ceilings or the walls, and you start to get a sense of how much are your how much is your consciousness, subconsciousness, superconsciousness, how much terrain is it capable of mapping out, and see where you can, how much patience and how much curiosity that you can push into this exercise. And from there on, you're going to feel more powerful, and then again, feel more inclined to work on sovereignty, because it's a valuable thing being you, because you know you got skills, you're interesting to be with, you yourself is, you are, you are an interesting being to be with, even with yourself. So you're your own spirit guide. You're your own uh, but you're the spirit guide of your body. You're very quick. You're very quick with it. You're very quick with it. And here we go with the Caduceus wand, the Hermes, the magician, Like we got some. Like I keep getting a magician with you guys. Like I want to know what kind of habits that you're getting yourself into. What kind of modalities are you working with? What kind of knowledge are you packing? Like I'm super curious, because I do really get the sense that you guys are working on your magic, and you feel inspired. You're rolling up your sleeves, getting to work. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm loving this. And the speed, like you're ready to make a choice here. You're ready to take action. You're ready for something, because we've all been in this Mercury retrograde for a little bit, and now it's done, and now it's moving on, and now we're getting ready. You know what I mean? We're getting ready. You're getting ready for something. You're getting ready to act on something. Now you're just looking for inspiration, and I'm just honored to be part of that, whatever timeline you're looking at. Okay. So there's also a need to, yeah, just okay. Um, we got the Queen of Cups in reverse. We got the Fool in reverse. And we also have, that's good. Some of you got the Hangman upside ups. So, which means that there's this inner evolution, this inner lights just shining and glowing, and you're picking up on the upper echelon of the Neptunian stuff, and you're not in denial of the, I'm getting some Lao Tzu, upper echelon Lao Tzu, Tibetan knowledge here. Yeah, maybe you guys are really good with your clothes. You're really good at like picking your clothes, like you know exactly what kind of clothes that would be high frequency for you, so that you're not suffering from karmic clothes or clothes with a lot of old energy. Like your clothes are like shining. Like I don't know what you're doing with your clothes, but they're good. Congratulations on your clothes. And yeah, some emotional security should be worked towards for to get it. Use that positive like magician type energy. Plant your feet. Don't let anyone um, create emotional insecurity in your life. And you can start by doing that with start honoring your own sexuality and not wasting other people's time, because if you're wasting other people's time, you're going to get into a loophole where other people are going to waste your time, and then it's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm also getting that some of you guys could be working with Puma. Some of you guys might have Puma power animals. and you have this like, actually you do have an incredible sexual power, like, and a burning passion, and kind of like being reluctant again with the strong energy. Okay. Kumaya Satstar. Satstar, yeah. Yeah, I see like there's an elf king here. I wish I could show you. It's a very strong kind of elemental energy here. Maybe we should get an elemental card. Hmm. Yeah, I can't believe these other dimensions are real. I believe maybe that's what I'm gonna start saying. I am so surprised that these other dimensions are real. I love waking up my third eye. I love opening my heart. I love everything that I'm saying. I love opening up to everything that I have to say, because everything that I say is a positive influence on the world. I wake people up simply with my words. My voice is heaven sent. I am an unfallen angel. My wings are fully operable and activated. My light body is shining. My aura is wonderful, beautiful. I'm healed. I'm healed to completion now. I'm helping people survive and thrive. I'm getting on the lit train and I'm just doing fantastic. Okay? And it's okay to not necessarily understand and know exactly what it is that you're supposed to do at any given time, in any given moment, in any given situation. It's okay to be in this Libra debacle. Okay? I think that the best approach and I'm just regurgitating, the best approach to Libra problems is to just stay between two really good choices and just try to create momentum between those two choices and let divinity, fuel um, that emotion, motion, and just, realize what kind of natal chart you're dealing with, and jump timelines within your chart and get into this beautiful, radiant, radical astrology of yours, and manifest. My astrology is working for me. My astrology is working for my highest timeline. My astrology is working to the benefit of my highest timeline. My astrology is working for me. I love my natal charts. I love how I set this thing up and how it's all working for me. Because there's a lot of harmful astrologers out there that are putting dates on midlife crises and whatnot, and then we're just like, oh, interesting, yeah. And then everything can be elevated. It doesn't mean that we have to get into our lower Neptunian kind of like, oh, this is not true, and that's not true, and this is not true, and that's not true, and this is not true, and that's not true. It's better to try to revolutionize it all by, I don't know, taking really good supplements and accepting a layered reality in all areas of classified knowledge. And then try not to at least go against certain planets, because sometimes we do, break, and then we have to reevaluate. Is it really worth the investigation to have a sort of like a classical planet break us to the point of self-annihilation? And that's when we have to get into radical self-care and back into Virgonian grounding and just accepting what works and getting to an upright hierophant, kind of like read the manual, try again, you know? All right. Um, okay. Any last messages? Maybe we could get like maybe an animal card to see if the animal kingdom has something to say. Okay, so what do you guys want to say? Bringing in the animals, bringing in the animal kingdom. Some of you guys might be 53 years old. Yeah, be patient, watch and wait. Maybe you could work with some troll energies. Would that be even beneficial? Okay, no. Okay, so the seahorse spirit, watch and wait. There we go. We got the dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion, 22. So that has to do with divine union. Maybe you guys are packing some divine union illusions, and there's a need to trust the universe, and to maybe some of you guys are American Indians. I've been working with some Indians lately, some Native American Indians. When I was studying in Connecticut, in this little city called Willimantic, I did get to I got into contact with Native American Indian tribal family, and one of my best friends was Native American. I can't remember what kind of clan that he came from, but it was very like it was like a reservoir with they had their own museum, and when I went to LA, I got situated in this very interesting house at Encino Avenue in LA, in Silicon Valley, and that house was packed with Native American books from a library of a dead woman that God knows what they did to me, but I got my fair dose of challenges from that experience, and some pretty brutal. Like I feel like I'm going down, but like not all of my past like history in life was just peaches and fairies. You know, it was some of it was quite alien and quite extraterrestrial and quite like a rude awakening. You know what I mean? So, but I'm do getting that some of you guys might have some Native American energies to you, with you, and I just want to say that on this channel, I'm going to be utilizing more ASMR stuff, like using more of these tools to create a soundscape. And then also I'm working with these Native American ancestors because they're coming in with their own sounds, and there are some Native American shamans that are coming through me, and just wanted to give you like a little bit of head start in terms of that, so that there's an incredible amount of respect that I have for Native Americans. And yeah, so sending all my love to them. Okay. And then what's the seahorse spirit? 53. Yeah, just trust that this world, this planet, is not arguing with us in terms of why we're here. Like our planet isn't necessarily like saying, oh, everything was so much better before the human species came and messed it all up. That's not what the planet is saying. That's the storyline that this old religious bullshit is trying to teach us in terms of like patriarchal Genesis stories that talks about separatism, that talks about being bored with eternity, being bored with utopia. Oh, this again. Oh, let's wait and see what happens. Like, we're not co-creating negativity or destruction. We're actually tapping into a wonderful future. So how about we let go of all this pessimism? Let's tap into some of our lights, okay? Like, kind of frustrating. I can feel someone here. It's a little bit pessimistic, I'm not gonna lie. But just, okay, watch and wait. Tap into this seahorse spirit because you can have several glances at something and still have that surprise you. It's a matter of layered perspective because we see what we can accumulate in terms of dimensionality within ourselves. So it's not necessarily always us getting served, okay? It's also us practicing spiritual hygienics and asking for entrance and to stop complaining and get into our expression. To express ourselves is divine. If there's no singing, if there's no expression, if there's that's like evil. So um so much better to come into a place of expression, of existence, of allowing ourselves more and I know how difficult karma is. I'm not going to point any fingers. I love you regardless of what you're going through or however you feel, but I'm going to be here and try to shine a light onto the very soul and the very origin of our soul and to the functionality and harmony of our potential. Okay? Yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys. Watch and wait. Um, are you holding on to judgments? Sure that your perspective is the only correct way to look at things. There are as many perspectives as there are creatures in the sea, and when seahorse spirit appears, you are reminded to detach from the experience so that you can view it from more than one angle. Pay attention to your hidden beliefs and how they affect the way you think, feel, and act. Are you being fair to all involved, or do you need to step back? Perhaps the drama you have been drawn into is your own. Whatever the actions of others, your challenge is to be non-reactive and not take their words or behaviors personally. Their turbulence may have little to do with you, so remain neutral until you know more. Your perspective may be quite different in time. Watch and wait. It's like trigger happy, judgmental, dealing with negative beliefs. And your higher self is not making the necessary adjustments to get you back on track. So, um, hmm, hold on. I'm gonna hold on. Okay, I'm gonna help you out. Okay, I want you to get this thing called Serato from Bach Flower Medicine. It's spelled C as in CERN, E as in eagle, R as in radical, A as in Anthony, T as in Thoth, O as in Odin. Cerato. Cerato. It's a Bach flower medicine. It's going to help you to get out of this energy of having to look at other people for you coming into alignment with your understanding of something because it's going to increase your level of sovereignty, it's going to increase your level of independence, it's going to increase your ability to believe in yourself that you have the answers. You've got the answers. So whenever someone says something that's not in alignment with you, you don't lash out because you think that you know better. You know that you know better. So it's like getting out of it. And this is activating and healing your shadow to a degree that's going to make you face in the right direction and not focus on the past so much, or your south node or whatever is going to help you focus on your north node and where you're going, and get your justice. You're going to get your justice here. You're getting your justice, and that is a fact. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here, and hopefully the guides and everyone is going to allow this video to be posted to the benefit of your higher timeline. And this was a longer video. I thank you so much for being here. I hope that you get to come on now. I'm trying to end it, okay? Yeah, this is going to be good for your shadow. It's like, yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing, because I'm getting that your light, your the light of you is not going to make these adjustments. This is the shadow. It's like getting ready to, like, okay, I got this. So I just want to say thank you. I respect you and I love you. I do. And may you be respected and loved from everyone that you deal with in your life. Because if you respect, if you accept disrespect from anyone, they're the ones that are going to piss you off as a default. And the sooner that you understand that, the better. All right. Blessings. Mwah.